Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I am Eustace Farmer, and as always, I hope you're doing well today. I'd like to welcome you to the Gelvin Valley 2015 version 2 map. This is my second video in the Let's Play series that I'm looking to do. My first video was a kind of cinematic background story slash flyover map tour. So if you haven't seen that one yet, please do take the time to go check it out. If for no other reason, you'll get a few laughs out of my terrible Irish accent. I emailed back and forth with Wild Wild West a little bit, the developer of the map, and in preparing for the video. And he is one heck of a guy. Very lighthearted, friendly, got a good thick skin and a good sense of humor. And that makes me want to play this map even more because I can tell that this is made with somebody that put a lot of thoughtfulness, love, and attention and passion. And boy, does it show. If you're not happy with this map, then you're not going to be happy with anything. It's got a lot of great diversity in terrain. You've got your share of grass and arable crops. You've got all your fattening animals and everything. There is something for everybody on this map. So that being said, being that I didn't do a description reading on the map tour, I'm going to go ahead and read through it real quick now. Then we'll get into the Let's Play stuff and start talking about what my plan is for the map. So this is version 2, inspired by the Dungiven-Sperrin Mountain area of Northern Ireland, also the Donegal Town area, Erie, and the Patna Dalmellington area, East Ayrshire, Scotland. If I've pronounced the names wrong, please forgive me in advance. An Irish-Scottish-British map, if there was ever such a thing. The roads are mainly narrow, winding, steep, and the fields are not much better, so this will be a challenging map, especially with the more realistic pricing system. If you're looking for big, flat, easy harvested fields, then this is not the map for you. Included are dairy, sheep, chicken, pig, and beef stables, multiple sell points, 5 fuel sale areas. There is also a few leveled and cleared development areas, as I am aware certain players will wish to use placeable mods, and this should make it easier to place. So what he's talking about is he's put out these big cement cleared lots in key areas where you can put your placeable buildings. So he put a lot of thought into where to place these, and I think you're going to find it quite convenient, and it's really going to enhance your game a bit. So let's see. Old Joe's will buy hay bales, straw bales, and silage. Denny's will buy wheat, barley, potatoes, sugar beets, maize. Prices vary, and they don't buy often. So you're not going to be selling all your goods from sunup to sunset 7 days a week, because they're going to buy when they have a need and maybe when they have the money. So that even ups the ante a little bit on the challenge of the map. So the fields are measured in hectares, and I have priced them depending on how flat or bumpy they are, ranging from 40,000 pounds for the flattest, best areas to 8,000 pounds for the steepest, roughest fields. The soil mod is already installed in this map, so keep a good eye out for weeds. Let's see. There are also multiple places along the river where you can fill up your water for free, or you can fill up at one of the many hydrants, but this does incur a charge. As like in all farming simulator maps, if you use the hydrants, you're going to pay through the nose for it. You want good provided city water, well, then you're going to pay. Now, also, I would like to really encourage you to, when you download the map, open up the folder. Inside is a wonderfully crafted PDF document. It has some text and a lot of nice pictures in there. It's going to tell you everything you need to know and more about how to use this map and to get the most out of playing it. And that is put together by a good friend of Wild Wild West. His name is Akuenzi, if I said it right, Akuenzi. Again, apologies if I got that wrong. Also, he's a very nice man, very helpful, so great guys. So I'm going to also leave the link to that PDF document in my description. I put it on my Google Drive, so you can download it and print it out. I do really encourage you to read through it. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the map and get started, and then I will chit-chat with you along the way to the fields and tell you, just what I have planned for this map, and we'll talk about equipment, so forth and so on. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, I'll show you. I'm thinking field 16. up on the right side, just below the yarn ball symbol, the woolery, that field for grass. And I'm hoping that that will take care of all our hay and grass needs for the cattle and the sheep. So fingers crossed on that one. It's a really big field, so it's going to take a lot of work plowing it up. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now we're going to use the Fendt because he's 500 horsepower. So this John Deere 8530 is 350 horsepower. So it's a little underpowered for what we want to do and for the size of the plow, which you're going to see, which I'm going to pull. So hopefully the Fendt will still do it. And he's going to need dual wheels, so we're going to have the John Deere tow those up. And I keep them on the trailer here because you don't want to be riding on the street with the dual wheels because the roadways are kind of narrow and this traffic is aggressive. So we'll go ahead and start up our awesome Fendt, which I got off of the Farming Simulator website, and I'm going to do a mod review on that. So stay tuned for that. This is a great tractor. Just love it. Take off the parking brake. That's what I was searching to do and trying to look slick. All right. So I have the Horsch Tiger Plow mod here. So we're going to go ahead and hook that up because this is the perfect implement for the size of this field that we're going to do. Alrighty, there we go. And we'll do our manual attach and run up the wall. There we go. Jumper back in. Okay, and we're probably going to do follow me mod. That should be interesting. So we'll get this lined up over here and we'll go back, grab the John Deere and the tires, and off we go. And that'll be a good start. Let me back a little bit. We don't want the... I said this is the only game where the cars can actually bully the tractors. And if you're wondering how I'm moving so fast, I actually have a speed mod. So it enables you to walk and run really fast. And also, if you do the developer flight mode, you can fly a lot faster. So, because that could really be a slow crawl when you're doing a map tour. Alrighty. There we go. Okay, let's hope that the follow me mod doesn't crash him into the back. Nope, we got lucky. Okay. So let's go ahead and head off to field 16. Push O and get all that off of the screen for you. Now, I don't know if you can see my... Oh, actually, I've got to take off our parking brake. There we go. See my FPS, but this map has been giving me a strong 60 FPS with the occasional momentary bump up to 61 FPS. You know, and then the little dips here and there, but a lot of that is due to, you know, the equipment that you're using or all the traditional usual factors. But this is a solid map. Okay, so now I think we go this way, and then we take my first right, and that will get me up to field 16. So I have a lot of pretty awesome plans for this. Gonna do, like I said, the harvesting for the arable fields to get our straw. And then I have the Krone Big M 500, the wide model for the mowing. And so that's going to make quick business of field 16 when we go to mow. So there won't be hours of mowing pleasure for you to skip through on the videos. And I also would like to do a few different things like plant some fruit trees. So I have them all, but the apple trees don't seem to play well with the other ones. So it would either be apple orchard, or then we could do another orchard with like the cherry, orange, and peach trees. We can even do a little grape vineyard on the map someplace. We can really mix it up. So feel free to put down in the comments section what you would like to see regarding that. Love to know. Let me see. Yep, he's still following behind us. That's great. Hopefully I'm going the right way. Yeah. So actually, if I went straight up that road behind me, the main road, there's a field entrance on the right, a nice big one. So we're probably going to have to go up and around a little bit. There is an entrance on the corner over here for field 16, but it looks a bit narrow. So let's see. So if we take a left here, let's go ahead and do it nice for our friend behind us. We'll go into the nice wide entrance. So as you see, this tractor has plenty of bounce to it, intentional, to react to the terrain. It's really great. I just love it. And unlike my other, the Fendt Vario 700 series, it doesn't come up with an error for the gearbox mod that is supposedly supposed to be optional. But it seems to want to look for it every time. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so well, it says take a left, but that's going to be tough. Actually, no, it's not. We can go in there, but that's going to be a knuckle scraper, so we're not doing it. We're going to set ourselves up with a little ease. All right, let's see what this entrance over here, if there's an entrance here, what it looks like. I can hear the auctioneers going. Ah, yes, here we go. Nice automatic opening gates. Let's go ahead and let's shut off our wonderful driver behind us. We'll come on in and unfold. There we go. All right. So first things first, we're going to have to assemble our dual wheels. So we'll pull in. There we go. We'll get Dear John back out of here. We could probably pull him off to the side in the grass/weeds, but I don't want to take any chance on it getting in the way. So we could pull right across the street. Open sesame. Thank you. I don't think the gas station will mind. I know the owner. So we'll pull in here. And the bus can get through. Good. All right. That looks like a nasty beast, doesn't it? Just love it. So I'll do a mixture, as I always say, of inside and outside cab. So let's push button 10. Create new field. Lower. And away we go. After I take off the parking brake. We'll put on our all-wheel drive just for giggles. Oh, that's nice. Let's see how we looking inside here. That's really nice. I just love this plow. Let's put O on. There we go. Make sure we get as much as we can. We're going to need every blade of grass, I think. Because I think also in this game the fattening pigs require mixed ration or silage. I know on some maps, I'm not quite sure about this one yet, but which is kind of odd with Farming Simulator, I guess, because in real life pigs don't eat silage. They can't digest it. So they eat pig porridge, some mixture of what, potatoes and vegetables and stuff like that, and all the kind of scraps. And I'm sure there's a lot of pig farmers out there that have their own special blend of feed. But as far as I understand, their stomachs are similar to ours, so they can't really digest silage. I mean, I know I can't. Not that I've ever tried it. It's not even tempting. So yeah, we'll go once or twice around. See how that works out. Oh, look at that there. So this area, as we're yapping along, doesn't okay. So when I turn this off, yes, look at that. So when I let me try Alt H. I did O. Let me try Alt H and see if it works. Okay, so I can hide the HUD with Alt H. You can also do it with the O button on your keyboard, but I guess that kind of deactivates the plow. Looking pretty stupid right about now, sitting there yapping along, making zero progress. Ay, ay, ay. If I had any more brains, I would really be dangerous. There we go. We'll just keep an eye on things in the mirrors. This is a really nice field. And now that we have boots on the ground over here, I can see that this is pretty darn big. So I think that our grass needs will be fulfilled with this one. Make sure we get up in there. Plowing is one of my favorite activities to do on Farming Simulator. I just love to plow. I love to mow. I mean, what the heck, I love to harvest too, but I think plowing is my #1 favorite. Now we're cooking. So as you see, even in a modded tractor with IC controls and a modded plow, we're still doing great on the frame rate. I'm hoping that you can see my frame rates up in the corner there, but it's a strong 60 with little twinges here and there. But I've been on some maps where as soon as you get into a tractor or you start doing something with an implement, you tank down to like 40, 35, 20s. So, I mean, I've got an i7 processor. I've got a GTX 980 Nvidia graphics card. So, it can handle it. So it's pretty disappointing when a map really wreaks havoc on your FPS. Let's just touch this up here. Okay. So let's lift this up and let's go back over to where I made my little discovery. Oh man. I promise you it's not always going to be like this. as much as the traffic is a pain in the neck sometimes, I have to say, I really do enjoy seeing cars passing by now and then. It doesn't feel so lonely. So there's good and bad with it. I don't know. I think a map without traffic, it just kind of really doesn't feel alive to me. So I always kind of look for those maps. I do play some without traffic. I've played on Iron Horse, and that doesn't have it. And you know, it was just fine. I like that map. It does get a little buggy with the FPS in areas, so I don't play it as often as I wanted to, and there's some other newer maps coming out as well that we're going to be looking into. We're going to be on Gelvin for quite a while, though. This is going to be my main Let's Play staple here, so... Alright. Let's jump out a little bit and see how we look. Nice! Let's just get over here a bit, since we're here. I mean, we'll never really mow this close because, you know, windrowing and so forth, but try not to leave too many bare spots. Okay, so I'm thinking we can start our second course here. I'll stay out of cab for this one. A little sum for everybody. I think maybe, let's do this. Let's just cut off this little jog over here, and we'll just fill this in and then be on our merry way. Try not to hit the back tire with the plow tire. So as you see, this one makes quick work of things when you're on a large-scale field like this. I mean, there's obviously some fields that are a little too small for this one, so I do have another plow to use. Two other plows, actually. The real small Kuhn red one for touch-ups and stuff like that, and then I have the name escapes me right now. There's a green one. That's really nice. It's a good size. And I follow on YouTube a real-life farmer. His name is Dino. And he has that John Deere tractor I showed you with the front loader on it. And he uses that same plow that I'm talking about. So the little kid in me says, I want to be like Dino. Now, coming from PlayStation 4, that's when I really got into farming simulators. I just happened one day to see it in the store, and I said, well, let me try this out. And I went crazy for it ever since. But jumped out of the tractor. Okay. Smooth move, X-Lax. Yeah, but it's very vanilla. So I mean, you get spoiled once you start seeing other YouTubers on PC with all the mods and these great soil textures and all that. You're like, wow, this is fantastic. So I just had to get to PC, and there's no looking back. I mean, sad enough to say, I haven't touched my farm game on my PlayStation in quite a long time. But I am going to be bringing some PlayStation 4 titles to my channel. One game that I'm really waiting for to come out and really sounds exciting is No Man's Sky. So you get some infinite universe exploration. So I think that's gonna be a great game. I've watched some of their gameplay teasers and trailers and stuff, and it looks like it's really gonna be something else. So looking forward to that, and I would love to share that with you. As far as other simulator games go, I'm still doing American Truck Simulator, and I'm planning on putting out an episode either tonight or tomorrow with American Truck as well. I was going to do Euro Truck Simulator, but I don't know if that's kind of redundant, being that I'm doing American Truck Simulator. I know they're two different games in a sense, but along the same principle, so I think it should be either or. So that's another thing. You can let me know down in the comment section if you would like to see some Euro Truck Simulator. I'm happy to do it if I get enough requests. You know, obviously I don't want to go out and spend money on the game if nobody's really interested, because I quite enjoy American Truck Simulator, so if everybody's happy with that, then I'm happy too. The first time I ever saw that game was Euro Truck, and I just loved it. I said, wow, this is fantastic. So then American Truck Simulator came out by the time I was on PC, so I said, well, let me grab that. And yet again, I never looked back. So yeah, I am going to be doing a little more PlayStation work. So there'll be No Man's Sky videos posted from PlayStation, and I'll be broadcasting that on Twitch as well. So that'll be fun. And I'm also going to be looking into doing some live Twitch broadcasts from my PC. That's something I haven't figured out how to do yet. So it doesn't look that hard. I mean, you just got to download the software to broadcast the game on Twitch. And I might even do some live YouTube streaming. And that's one thing about YouTube is, you know, you may not get results very fast, but if you keep plugging away, over time, it'll come. You know, there's something out there on YouTube for everybody, and there's always fans for everything you want. So, I mean, if you're interested in one particular thing, chances are there's a lot of other people that are too. And if they can find you, then you can create quite a loyal following. And I have to say, so far, I've met a lot of nice people, subscribers and other YouTubers. It's been great. So this is something that really I think is going to fit me very well. I love to play games, and I love to share it with you. So, all right. So that was quite a healthy trip around the field. So I think I will do a little off cam, and I'll check back in with you as I'm making progress along the way, just so you don't have to watch me in full HD for hours going in circles. But if you would like to see jobs like this uncut in its entirety, let me know. That's something also that we can work on doing. Obviously, a field like this that could take the better part of an hour to an hour and a half, I will have to, you know, chop the scene up a little bit, because I like to try to keep my videos to about half hour, you know, stretch it to 45 minutes at times if I have to, but half hour seems to be a good length to keep people interested, and also for upload times and editing time in YouTube. So but we can work it out. We could do some of the smaller fields or smaller jobs uncut if that's what you'd like to see. Okay, so I will check back with you in just a bit. Alrighty, everybody, I'm back. So we've got pretty much over 3/4 of the field done. Took me about working time about a good 20 minutes actually, you know, minus my my going for water breaks and stretching breaks. So you figure about a good 20 minutes working time, so you could probably do this whole field in about a half an hour. But I did discover something really cool that I wanted to show you before I continue on here. And remember, I was telling you, I thought I saw this button 4, which corresponds with my control deck up on the left-hand menu. Let's see, use the mouse, this one here. Change driving direction. I thought, oh wow, well maybe there is a shuttle with this. Well, no. I said, let me push it and find out, right? So I pushed number 4, and your console and your seat swivels to the back of the tractor. Pretty cool. I'm glad I took the time to figure that out. Also, there's a backloader attachment. So keypad 8, which is your number pad, if you hit that, that gives you this. So basically, you can attach a front loader to the back of the tractor, or, you know, your front loader arm, and put forklift tines in there, whatever you want. So that's pretty cool. And also, if you have a counterweight on the front or something like that, you can still use the back. So pretty cool stuff. Back in cab for a little bit, and let's get started. So I started, you know, I went around a few times to make my headland, and then I started going up and down. So that's where I'm at now. So I also realized I took a little time to watch a portion of the clips that I've been doing here, and I realized I might be speaking a little bit too loud over the microphone for you, so I apologize for that. What I hear through my headphones, it sounds like the tractor motor is actually overpowering my voice, so I tend to speak loud enough to try to compensate for that, but when I watch the clip back, it seems like it's pretty much on the same level, so it kind of sounds like I'm screaming to you guys. And also sometimes when I get excited about something, you know, like everybody, your voice goes up a bit because you're excited. So yeah, so I'm excited about being here. I'm excited about being here with you. And so I guess I raised my voice a little too much. So keep your finger on your volume button there for a little while till you get to this portion. And I get my my button 17 to jump out of the tractor, and my button 20 there, button 19 to raise the plow is right next to each other. So I have jumped out of the tractor a couple of times. So before I said, I promise you it's not always going to be like this, well, I'm retracting that statement now, and I'm going to say I cannot make no guarantees. Okay, so let's go ahead and lower our plow with button 19 on the control deck, and off we go. And I find with this particular plow, the working with, if I keep my most outer dual wheel along the plowed edge of the field, it pretty much it keeps it right there. I like to overlap a little bit just to make sure that I don't miss. So we could probably go out a little ways here, but you can tend to miss things if you don't overlap a bit. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. This is really great. This field isn't as time consuming as I thought it was going to be. So in a way, it's kind of a bummer because like I said, I really do like to plow. But then again, there's there's plenty more fields like this that need plowing on the map. So I can plow till the cows come home. And of course, like I said, I won't be sharing all of that with you. I'll be doing some on my own, you know, because let's face it, to watch, you know, plowing can only make but so much of an episode before it's like watching paint dry for you. So we'll try to keep it fresh. Move over a little bit. So yeah, I like this field a lot. It's got a nice little view of the town and the mountains and the hills. See a little cottage over there with the fireplace going. Smoke coming out of the chimney. I've seen that on Coleborough Park Farm also. Up by the dairy farm. When you pull out of the driveway there, right over in that little road, there's a little house like that. Pretty nice little touch. That's another map I really enjoy playing on. So if you'd like to see me do some Coleborough Park Farm, I'm happy to do that as well at some point. This one reminds me of Coleborough a little bit, into the fact that there's such a nice variety of things to do. But this map is big. It's huge. I don't think it's a 4X map. Wes, if you're watching this, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's big. Let's see. Alt-H. I mean, that's big. Got a lot of terrain to get through to get to the fields, and he was right. It's a challenge, but it's one heck of a fun challenge. And these are challenges that are faced by real-life farmers. I've never been to the region, but through the magic of YouTube videos and stuff, watching, you know, the real-life farming going on, and you know, in the UK and a lot of these areas, the roads are very tight and narrow, very rural. And I think I mentioned before, like in this map, you know, you really have to keep your eye on the road when you're driving, because there's plenty of little gullies and ruts and ditches along the way, and you can really ruin your day. So you got to keep your eye on the road. And I just now spotted a miss spot, so I'm going to take care of that while we're over here. See, and this is why it probably takes me a little bit longer than it would you, because I screw around. I'm a talker. But I also like to take my time and enjoy it. You know, it's no pressure. You know, this is Farming Simulator, the game. You know, we're not depending on this for real life living. And if you have crop withering off, you don't have to worry about that either. So I am tempted, though, to play at some point with the crop withering on. I always play in hard mode anyway, and if you're wondering why we have this money, and that's because, like in my first video explains, my Uncle Aiden did leave me a nice tidy little sum to help you know, repair the equipment and purchase and replace new equipment. So I transferred over some from the savings account. There is a bit more, but we will spend it wisely. But yeah, if you would like to see me play in hard mode with the crop withering on, you know, we can look into doing that. I think we won't be doing as many fields because you only have a certain amount of time, you know, to get everything harvested. So maybe like in real life, we'll rotate over, you know, a couple of fields and, you know, plant different crops in a couple of fields. I've never attempted it, so it'll be interesting. All right. So we're making great progress here. A few more passes and we shall be done. I'm kind of buying equipment as we go, as on a need basis, you know, as needed. So I used to try to buy everything all at once, you know, but I could spend, you know, almost the better part of an afternoon purchasing equipment and hauling it back to the respective places. So I'm starting to find it less stressful now just to buy things as I need them. And when you're playing, you know, starting with your traditional $3,000 or $4,000, $5,000, whatever it is, in hard mode, you're not going to have any money to start with, so. But like I said, I chose not to start my episodes like that anymore, because then I don't have the means to buy bigger and more interesting equipment for you to watch. And it's kind of painful using the little tiny equipment. I mean, if we use the equipment that came with the game for this field, man, I would be here forever. So, and I have done it. I did that on Sosnovka. I used just the equipment that came in the game, and you know, started with the bare minimum. And that little seed machine they give you, man, that's painful. And I found a lot of areas around the map that you can actually turn into fields, and they really look like legitimate fields. So I got some pretty big size swaths of land for nothing but a little time. So it was pretty late on into the game that I wound up buying a couple of fields here and there. I bought field 18, the big field across from the biogas there. But that entire area along the side of field 18 and at the bottom in Sosnovka, and at the other end of it, there's a massive areas of grass that you can use for fields. So you can work that whole area around it and not even buy a field. So I think, well, we might get this in 1 1/4 passes. I just love the bumping and bouncing in this tractor. And I think I have mine set to get dirty fast. Now I'm one of those, I like to keep my equipment clean, but I also like to see it get dirty when we're working it. I'm the same way in real life. I like to keep my stuff nice and clean because, you know, it keeps it well maintained. Let's see, I think we got it all. Okay. Let's fold it up, pull it off to the side, and then we'll just do a little fly around while you're here. Take a little flight with me, if you will. And away we go. Now I'll have to stay low enough to where I can still see the texture in the field. You get up too far and it goes smooth on you and you can't tell a darn thing. See, there goes the speed mod. Push that a little bit and zooms you right along. Let's go up a little more. There we go. And you can work this obviously from the keyboard, or if you have a controller or a Steam controller or Xbox controller, or your Saytech steering wheel. Probably program your Logitech wheel to make it work too. So I think we did a good job here. I don't see anything. I try to look as I go. When I'm going down one row, I pay attention to the area that I've already done. So yeah, I think we're going to call this an episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know for some it may not have been the most exciting, but it's an essential part of getting the farm started up, and be nice to have you right from the very beginning. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and we'll get the cultivating done tomorrow and get the grass planted. So hope to see you then. So have a great day or a great evening wherever you are in the world. I hope you are well, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.